Children, you know I don't need this. I was out late last night and I'm tired. You know this. I need some comfort food. I'm going to make macaroni and cheese. Hello everybody and welcome to the Smoking Chef. Yeah, I'm going to make macaroni and cheese today. And right now I'm just letting this big pot of water get boiled up and we're going to put the noodles in. And this is going to be a baked macaroni and cheese, so, you know, it's a two-step. Got to boil the noodles, then blend it with the cheeses and all the other good ingredients, which I'll show you later. And then we're going to bake it. This is a little different from the box stuff, but I don't want the box stuff today. I've had a bad day. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with the children. So, the longer I watch this water boil, the longer it'll take, I suppose. So I'm just going to have a drink and a cigarette. And let the water get boiled. I want to warn you dieters out here, we're getting ready to consume major amounts of fat. Major cholesterol, fat, heart attack things going on here. We got cheese, butter, cream, sour cream. But it'll be good, and it'll make me feel better and help me decide the children's discipline. For this macaroni and cheese, I'm using big noodles because I like to call this deep dish macaroni and cheese. And here goes a stray noodle. But yeah, the bigger noodles are going to make it more like a casserole in a way when they get blended with the cheeses and everything. But we just got to let these boil for probably about 10 minutes. And I don't want them to get too firm because then they have to bake. So if they're already mushy, then they're just going to turn into sludge in the oven. So, you know, how many times have you gone to Grandma's house and the macaroni and cheese just, you know, is just a big thing of mush. So, I like my stuff al dente. Alright, these noodles are ready to go. Just gotta strain them. Get myself a good steam bath in the process. It's always fun. I'm going to run some cold water over the sides of this pan to kind of get the noodles I don't want to stop the cooking of the noodles immediately, even though they're going to go into an oven here shortly. Perfect. Okay, so now comes the blending part before we bake everything. So. Alright, so what we're doing is we're blending some American cheese and some cheddar and jack cheese, actually. You almost have to add the American cheese in a little bit with it for creaminess. And then we're going to add chop one full shallot. And you'd be amazed at the flavor that adds to it. It just gives it a nice zing. And then I've got two kinds of breadcrumbs. One is going to be for the topping, but these are to get blended in with the actual, you know, mac and cheese. That gives it a wonderful, wonderful texture. Then some sour cream. Kind of a surprise ingredient from your typical macaroni and cheese. And then milk. It's best to use, you know, I'm sorry, but it's best to use full fat milk. Because skim milk will just make it taste like water. And then one key ingredient to good mac and cheese, of course, is butter. And tons of pepper. I don't even think you can put enough pepper in it. But I'm going to try. And then that gets blended real nicely together. You want to make sure the butter gets melted, really. The cheese won't melt, and that's okay, but the butter kind of needs to get melted in there. Mr. Smoking Chef, did you add enough pepper? And I think I did, but you know what? It just doesn't hurt. More there. Just a hair. Okay. And we're blending it. One other thing I've added too is just a little bit of salt. All that blending, God, that looks so lovely. Okay. Okay, so we have the cheeses and the sour cream, the butter, and all that cream and milk blended in. So now for the baking part, what I've done is I've taken white bread and crumbled it, and then I've blended a little butter, salt, and pepper. And that's going to create our topping along with shredded, again, jack and cheddar cheese. So, I mean, this is comfort food is what I say. So the cheese goes on top of the breadcrumbs, and the cheese and the breadcrumbs are just going to marry together, and whoa, it's going to bubble and be beautiful. Alright, I've got the oven at about 325. I'm going to pop this in. There we go. It's going to take about 30 to 40 minutes to be done. And it's really a matter of how bubbly and brown you want the top to be. So we should be in good shape in 30 to 40 minutes. What to do with Barnabus is the question of tonight's episode. You all saw the behavior at the beginning. I'm going to have to get a towel, dry the little chicken off. He's going to be cold. He could catch cold. That's never fun. What punishment should I give Barnabus? Well, Barnabus, I can tell you the first thing you're going to do is you're going to clean my crock pot. You're going to clean it really good. And also, it seems like you begged and begged for me to get you Cradle of Filth tickets. Well, we're going to see if you're going to go to that. Poor little chicken, he could catch a death of cold sitting in that hot tub, as you like to call it. That's my crock pot. I paid a lot of money for that, and I don't want it to be ruined. Barnabus, you know that little chicken has that foot problem. He was born with oversized feet. He almost didn't fit in his egg. And you're going to massage his feet for the next week. That's a definite punishment. We're going to talk about the Cradle of Filth concert because that was a lot of money anyway. Maybe I'll go instead. Why do I want to go to that, though? Well, there's only one thing that can cure my anger right now and possibly make your life a little easier, and that's the macaroni and cheese I have cooking in the kitchen. So let's go get it and see how it turned out. One thing to deal with family trauma and distress is comfort food. Now, I don't know if anything says comfort food quite like good mac and cheese. So we're going to dish this out and see what it looks like. As you can see, we could probably call this dish deep dish mac and cheese. I've never really quite heard that, but I think that's what we're dealing with here. Oh, this looks really good. I'm kind of going to break it up a little bit for the serving of it. Alright. Man, this looks amazing. And as you can see, it's kind of messy, but hey, that's fine. I think the messier the better. Everything baked up so nicely. It's like getting a hug from Grandma's house, only you're getting a hug from me, guys and girls. A little bit more. There we go. Alright. Let's taste it. Oh. My heart already feels a little warmer. Seems like Barnabas' punishment's probably going to be pretty light. And my hangover's going to go over real nicely. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another exciting episode of The Smoking Chef. Probably because this is smoking hot mac and cheese is so delicious. Try it at home.